All right, my next guest at this time is a hip-hop artist and producer originally from Pennsylvania, but now resides in Lexington, Kentucky. And let me tell you, you can't talk about the Lexington hip-hop scene without talking about this man. It seems like every other song I hear, the artist be like, it's produced by this man. Obvious. No pun
Oh
intended.
man,
Thank you
what's
so much.
good? What's good?
How's it going,
What's good?
man?
Thank you so much, man. Hey, I'm glad that like people like what I mean, digging it. You know what I'm saying? Like what I mean, it's a blessing to get to actually work with some top artists like Divine, Shiesty, Tracy, Cobb. What I mean? I was done before I moved to Lexington, son. I was done. You know what I'm saying? And like I moved here, and it just like revitalized me. You know what I'm saying? I fell back in love with hip hop. So, you know what I'm saying? I thank it all to Lexington on some real.
That's what's up, man. And I've seen you perform. The first time I seen you perform was definitely at a foundation show, and I've been following your music and your production credits ever since. And again, I say this again, every other song I hear from a local artist, you either produce it or you feature on it. I mean, you work with Slicey, you work with Divine, you work with a plethora of artists on the hip hop and R&B scene. Um, so let's go way back. What got you into start making music, man? How did it all start off for you?
I actually becoming a fan, being a big fan of it. Like I'm a fan first and foremost.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like I always wanted to be a part of it because I loved it so much. You know what I'm saying? Like the groundbreakers. You know what I'm saying? Like being a fan first made me want to be a part of it.
And I've definitely enjoyed the Divine Kawama Kentucky album, and you produce a majority of the tracks on that record. You worked with Divine prior to Kentucky, but what was it like being on the studio and working with these beats and to get the good reception that it's gotten? I got me a copy of the album and I listen to it almost every day. And your beat, that boom bap that he's been preaching about, I definitely vibe off this record. What was it like getting a chance to work with Divine on this Kentucky record?
You know, we since I moved here, like Devon was like one of the first people that I met here. Like when I was like, yo, I gotta get to an open. When I first got here, I was like, yo, I gotta get to an open mic. I gotta get to an open mic. And you know what I'm saying? And we found one that it was the poetry. It was the poetry joint. You know what I mean? The poetry in motion. You know what I'm saying? So like we went and I introduced myself. You know what I mean? And then we had been supposed to hook up, and it just came. He was like, yo, I'm gonna do a drink with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call it Kentucky. And I was like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start digging and start looking for stuff for it. You know what I'm saying? And he ultimately picked the joints that he liked. You know what I'm saying? I sent him mad joints. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he it came out the way it did.
And for people that wants to go get that album, you can go to the album downtown Lexington, and that's also where there's a show called The Foundation every third Thursday of the month, hosted by Just Me and Shicey Christ. Recently, they did a show a week early for this particular month, and you was one of the performers, and I just seen you last Saturday. You was at a show hosted by Divine, part of the Coat Drive that he's been, doing. You performed in a variety of shows, but what was it like to perform at a show like that for a good cause?
Oh man, it's a great feeling, especially when like you get the opportunity to do something to help and give back. You know what I'm saying? It's, giving back that's the only way you receive. That's the only way you receive, really. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give back. You know what I mean? And it was just, you know what I mean? It was a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? It was such a worthy cause. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and this is also part of his Believing in Forever initiative. You can look that up on Facebook to see what it's all about, and and it's it's ongoing. I mean, it's been going on for a couple of years, and for all the artists, much love to them for giving back. Respect to the artists that do what they can to make the community in Lexington what it is. And there's another artist that you've worked with recently, and shout out to this homie, kind of like you. He wasn't born in Lexington, but he's definitely making his rounds as well. Grady, you work with music with him. I'm a fan of his music as well, and he's got a new album coming out next year, and you have worked with him recently. What's it like working with him?
Grady, that's my man. You know,
Yeah.
I met Grady at the Owls Bar at Brown Sugar, and he was like, you know what I'm saying, he heard me perform, and then he's like, yo, who made them beats? So I was like, I did. He's like, yo, I wanna get a beats for who the F is Grady. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, we've been cool ever since we met. I met at Al's Bar, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a brother from another mother, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel with everybody I work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm a nice person. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be nice and try to build good relationships with anybody that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, and Grady is man, cool as a fan. And working with him is like, you know what I'm saying? And again, he picks the beats. He's like, I like this joint. And I'll be like, all right, you know what I mean? Go ahead. You know what I mean? Because I'm like an assembly line with making beats. You know what I mean? I make like 3-4 beats a day. You know what I mean? And I don't even be saying, I just like make him go to the next one. Make him go to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely shout out to the homie Grady. He's definitely got a new album coming soon with some obvious production on it, so keep an eye on that as well. Now with the year winding down, and we look forward to 2017, and with the work that you do, you work with a variety of artists and all. But are we gonna expect the obvious album in 2017?
Yeah, it's actually in the works, you know. I got like 35 songs recorded already, but I'm recording like 12 more, and I'm thinking about putting like 24 on the album. You know what I mean? So it's just like nailing it down. But I definitely have something ironed out by the new year. You know what I'm saying? Got good features. I got Just Me on there. Gonna have a joint with Divine. A couple of my homies from back in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Messiah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's gonna be good. Got Lee G and Vegas Posada on there. You know what I mean? So it's gonna and I'm trying to get this joint with Shice. You know what I'm saying? So it's going. We just ain't ironed it out yet, but it's definitely gonna be on there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's called Blatantly Obvious. Be on the lookout for it. Blatantly Obvious.
Hey, I like the title of that album. I like it. So everybody be on the lookout for that album coming soon. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. Now, for people that wants to hear your music and those who wants to link up with you, get in the studio or whatever, what's the best way to get in touch with you? Why don't you let people know how to get in contact with you?
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my name's Taj Ricketts. You know what I'm saying? That's my government. You know what I mean? You hit me up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? That's my government. You know what I mean? Taj Ricketts. You know what I mean? And like, hit me up on Facebook and we'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? We'll exchange numbers, whatnot, and we'll sit down because like I'm down to work with any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Just hit me up on my government.
There you go. So as I mentioned, you know, the foundation, you definitely become a regular. Every time you got something new, you always perform that song on the foundation, and shouts out to Just Me and Shicey Christ because that's the only active hip hop show that's in Lexington right now. Now I know there's another show that's on the rise. Shout out to Carl Ransom, Lex State of Mind. He's got a show on and popping right now. You know, the foundation's been going on for a little over 2 years. And
yeah, it'd be like three. It'd be like three.
Yeah.
Be three coming up the turn of the year.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? I've been at all of them except for one. You know what I'm saying? I missed one. But that was just like it was popping off just when I moved here. You know what I'm saying? So like it felt good to actually have somewhere to go and express myself. So big up to Just Me and Shice for and Sammy, you know what I'm saying, for having it.
Speaking of Sammy, congrats to him on the 10-year anniversary of the album.
Word. That's history, kid.
Yeah, that's you can't talk album stores, local stores without talking about the album, especially if you go there and pick up the R&B and the hip hop CDs and the local CDs that's out there as well. So congrats to Sammy, congrats to everyone on the album. They recently celebrated a couple of weeks back, and a lot of the local artists that performs on the foundation was there too. And I want to thank you, Obvious, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure to make and play some of these Obvious joints for sure, the produce and the feature songs. So you definitely.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Anything to get the word out, man. Anything to get out, man. I appreciate it. And you have a blessed night, brother. And again, thank you for having me.